And now we got 4 Camogie games to run through, and then we wrap it up. So there were 2 finals which took place over the weekend. The first one happened in Leinster. This was between Dicksboro and St. Vincent's. So Aoife Prendergast of Dicksboro and Aisling Maher of St. Vincent's. Before we actually talk about the game, there was a new thing introduced for this game. Both Aoife Prendergast of Dicksboro and Aisling Maher of St. Vincent's, they both wore a camera during this game to get the first-hand shots of the match. Is that something you'd like to come into the game? Obviously, might make for some cracking footage of games. Imagine if people like Stephen Cluiche were wearing a camera while he kicked the winning free, or imagine if people like David Clifford wore a camera when he kicks a point, things like that. Might be a nice introduction to the game.
Not for me. No, I don't know. I don't think, like, I think you can see kind of, I think there was a little bit, like, I know in soccer they tried to do a little bit in the preseason, but like, I think when it comes down to it, when you're playing the big games as a player like myself, I wouldn't want a camera on me. I wouldn't want to have anything extra on me. I'd want to just focus on the game, and maybe for a bit of a novelty for the games, but I don't know if I agree with having them in finals. Like, if maybe they can put it on and if it's no real burden at all, but like, personally, if I was playing a game myself, wouldn't really want a camera on me as well. But look, that's up to the players themselves. They want to do it and they feel comfortable doing it. Like, I'm sure a lot of people enjoy it, just probably not for me, really. I think I'd be happy enough with just a conventional view of it.
Well, that's it. As long as they keep it optional to the players, I don't think there'll be any issue. And in this game, Dicksboro definitely won't have any issues after beating St. Vincent's, ending Vincent's run as Leinster champions. Vincent's were looking to retain their title. The crucial people in this game were the Cliffords. Familiar? But this time it's Jenny, who captained the side to victory. Amy Clifford, who was player of the match. Tara Clifford was also fantastic in defence. On top of that, Ciara Phelan, Rachel Dowling and Aoife Prendergast were also crucial to the Dicksboro victory. For Vincent's, Aisling Maher again led the way. She had help from Niamh Heatherton, Ali Maguire and Ava Lamb. But Dicksboro overall were the better side and they claimed the victory. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And like you said, look, dethroning Vincent's anyway from last year as well too. So like, you see, look, the pedigree that Kilkenny have in this championship as well, the teams from there as well. So like, no real surprise was to see them get back on top. But like, yeah, great result as well for them as well. And look, I suppose probably you won't be the favourites anyway going forward, but like, it gives them a crack at the All-Ireland series too.
Well, that's it. And like, look, the favourites for me will probably be Sarsfields coming out of Galway and maybe Drom-and-Inch coming out of Munster, I would probably say, if I had to be pushed here. Sarsfields coming out of Cork can't be underestimated either. And then you would have to obviously look at this one as well. The other Camogie Provincial Championship final, which took place over the weekend, was up in Ulster. Loughgiel Shamrocks, look at this for a scoreline, 20 points to 3 points from Leitrim Fontenoy's. Absolute domination in this game. They were 11 points to 0 ahead at half-time. The game was done at that point. Outstanding displays from the likes of Maria Lynn, Claire McKillop. But again, when you're talking about competition and the fact that they'll be coming up against, a team like Sarsfields, a team like Drom-and-Inch maybe, like, how can Loughgiel get on?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of like, it's a really impressive performance, but like, you look, is that does it come down to the performance, or is it maybe that they're not facing the same caliber of opposition up there, I suppose, in the Ulster Championship right now as well? It is just very difficult to know, I suppose, for Loughgiel. And like you said, like, teams like Sarsfields are proven. They've won it all. They do it consistently all the time. So that's gonna be the big thing. It's very, very difficult to know. Like, can you read too much into Loughgiel's win up there as well? Look, it's great for them win Ulster as comfortably as they do and everything like that as well. But when we're going with All-Ireland, All-Ireland caliber, like when they come up against Dicksboro, when they come up against Sarsfields, like, it's going to be, that's an all different ball game, like.
Yeah, no, I do agree. We'll go down south then, and as just before we do, massive congratulations to Dicksboro, to Loughgiel Shamrocks on these victories. Absolutely worthy champions, not a doubt about that. We have another final then coming up. So Sarsfields are coming out of Connacht, Loughgiel are coming out of Ulster, and Dicksboro coming out of Leinster. When we go down to Munster, the final will be contested by Sarsfields of Cork and Drom-and-Inch of Tipperary. So we'll touch on these semi-finals. Sarsfields 16 points, Newcastlewest 2 goals and 9. And then the other one, it was Drom-and-Inch 113, De La Salle a goal and 11. We'll start with this game. Sarsfields 16 points, Newcastlewest 2 goals and 9. The sides were level 6 times in this game. It was an absolute thriller, but a late scoring flurry from Sarsfields got them over the line. They hit 4 points, spearheaded by Kate Fennessy with 2, Holly Hurley and Lucy Allen. That pushed them 16 points to 1-9 in front. Newcastlewest substitute Maeve Ambrose fired a second goal home for Newcastlewest. That made it seriously tight, but Sarsfields held on. The other goal had initially come from Karen O'Leary for Newcastlewest. So Sarsfields had put themselves in a good position, and then by letting Maeve Ambrose score that goal, it got very tense.
Yeah, no, look, absolutely. And probably tighter game than most people probably thought. I think people thought Sarsfields would probably have too much for Newcastlewest, and look, credit to them putting it up to them as well, as much as they did, like right down to the wire as well. And look, it does set up that game with Drom-and-Inch. Again, another game where, look, with De La Salle, that I don't know, it was a tough one to call between Drom-and-Inch and De La Salle again. A lot of people probably tipping De La Salle there too. So look, just it's kind of sets up a really interesting final. Probably not as convinced by Sarsfields as what people thought it would be, but I think I'd probably be leaning Sarsfields still just about.
Yeah, well, we'll touch on the other semi-final. Drom-and-Inch 113, De La Salle 111. This was after extra time. So for the second year in a row, extra time was needed to separate these sides. So they really are as evenly matched as it gets. It was Eamon McGrath's goal in extra time for Drom-and-Inch that this time proved to be the difference. At one point, though, Drom-and-Inch led by 9 points to 0. They had a strong win behind them in the first half. But De La Salle roared back into the game, led by Beth Carton, hurler of the year, of course, or Camogie player of the year. She finished with a goal and 9. Her amazing goal in the final minute sent the game to extra time. So, I mean, talk about clutch player. She sent the game to extra time with the last puck of the game. But in that extra time, Eamon McGrath got the goal. Drom-and-Inch powered on for victory.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Yeah, very, very exciting scenes, and a lot of content online where people raving about the performances, and look, like you said, look, it was very, very dramatic anyway as well. Drom-and-Inch coming out on the right side at this time, it does sets up a real interesting final there as well. Like, I do think in the grand scheme of the All Ireland, I think Sarsfields out of Galway probably still my tip at the moment as well. Like, we all know what they're capable of, and but it does set it up quite nicely. And look, we are getting to the business end now.